Hello guys, Insane Raven here, and I'm back with another episode of IO Reviews. And, I've seen a lot of movies this year doing IO Reviews. I've seen a lot of movies that I thought I'd really enjoy. I thought I'd really hate, and I ended up enjoying. I've seen some movies that weren't as good as I hoped they would be. And then I saw Ghost in the Shell, the Scarlett Johansson movie that came out today. Oh god. I thought this was going to be good. I thought it was going to be a really interesting movie that, people were just going to grade harshly because it wasn't the Ghost in the Shell movie they wanted. It was the Ghost in the Shell movie they got. And I also kind of thought it was going to be a hashtag not my ghost thing happening, and I'm happy to say that none of that happened. But this movie is horrid. Not to say that it's not even so much that it's a bad movie, it's just so boring. I didn't give a crap about any of the characters. I didn't really care about anything that was going on in the movie at all. I think the character I cared most about was the guy's stray dog, whose name I totally forgot. I saw this movie 2 hours ago, and I've already forgotten 90% of the names and a good chunk of the plot, except for what I've been meditating on so I can make this video. But the movie is boring as all hell. It was so boring that this is how boring this movie is. I polished off my monster can, was watching an action movie where Scarlett Johansson is running around pretty much butt naked the entire time, and I fell asleep, and I was able to almost fall asleep twice. How does this happen? I don't understand how you can take one of my favorite actresses, one of my favorite type of movie, one of my favorite anime inspirations, and just make it boring. I don't understand how it managed, but it was. I don't get it. I kind of feel like they should get an award for it, and that's how baffled I am by it. But before I completely go on a bashing trip, because I'm not done, I do want to talk about the couple of things this movie got right. The movie is beautiful. And I say that not just talking about Scarlett Johansson. I'm talking about the movie itself is a beautiful movie. There are shots in this movie that I'm like, damn. It almost makes up for the fact that I fell asleep. Damn. But sadly, beautiful shots don't make a movie. They make scenes, they make moments, but not movies. And I just wish the amount of attention that was put into making specific frames and moments was put into the rest of the story. And there are characters that kind of just show up and are given great importance last minute, and to kind of evoke some sort of emotion out of the audience. And it doesn't feel natural or needed or important or worth my time. Yet, I guess we can go talk to this character. The characters that all brought in, as the one I'm talking about, because I don't believe in spoiling movies, so I'm not going to spoil who this character is. But this character specifically comes in and you automatically know who she is before she even opens her mouth, if you've been paying attention. And that's not necessarily a good thing, that I automatically realize the importance of this character by connecting two things together. It was a movie that I felt was very much just trying to ride on the names it was attached, whether it be Ghost in the Shell or Scarlett Johansson, and rather than making an actual product. The biggest example I can really think of that in film is the fact that all the main actors are white, But all the side characters, the characters who arguably provide the most talent and ability to the movie, are all Asian, and they actually fit what the movie's supposed to be, but they don't get top billing. I very much see it the same kind of way that the Great Wall was kind of treated, because if you in the Great Wall, everyone is kind of who they're supposed to be, except for Matt Damon, and with Matt Damon being the main name and really the only reason why the movie got so much traction, it's understandable. The director and everyone involved with the project was Oriental and the correct race for the movie. Wow, this went into a weird place. But it just doesn't fit. And I feel that Ghost in the Shell does the exact same thing. And it's just disappointing. It's not that... It just seems so flat of a movie. It's very much a movie where they did try to ride on the names and said, hey, we got these big names, we can make a generic as fuck movie. And it'll be fine because it is Ghost in the Shell and it's Scarlett Johansson. Which, ironically, we were actually shown a trailer for another ScarJo movie. And I'm like, by the end of the movie, I was like, I'd be much rather watching that stupid rom-com that was shown before this movie. And I was actually excited for this one. I was hopeful for this one. All in all, the movie's just a wreck that tries way too hard to go on star power and name power and brand power over quality. And it's really disappointing, especially with the news that we're going to be getting more of these anime live action movies with Naruto and Death Note both being the immediate movies to mind. I just hope they treat the material much more like an actual product versus than just a name. I am going to go into more spoiler territory now because, we're halfway through the video and it just feels right. So, I'm going to give you a minute to leave because spoilers are going to be inbound. And they're going to be big, juicy spoilers. Big old juicy spoilers. Big old juicy spoilers are coming up for you next. Coming up next, the big spoilers. Spoilers. And plot points that are importante. Importante. Spoilers. Okay. If you're still here, it's your fault, not mine. Okay. So, let's talk about the plot. Nothing in this movie is important until ScarJo gets hacked by the villain. It's pretty much another day at the job for Major, and it's just same as usual. Which makes how the movie actually rounds up really confusing. The movie ends up being a lot more about identity and what it kind of means to be your own person or whatever. But the whole setup, the whole beginning of the movies does nothing to kind of lead up to that. Everything we know about the movie, about the characters, are set in stone, and they are presented to be facts with no desire or questioning to see if anything else happens. The only time this is really different is when glitches start happening that end up being stories of the past. But even then, it's still kind of weird. The way they present it is that the glitches and the software malfunctions, which logically that shouldn't be enough to start everything else. It should just be like, oh, you're having software glitches? Oh, let me fix that for you. Okay, you're fixed. Go. Also, don't get fucked up. Like, But instead, I don't know. It just seems so threadline bare to go off of and make it be into this big important thing that it is. the other thing that's really annoying about how the movie ends is that the movie just ends. There's no happy conclusion. There's no... All in all, the movie hasn't changed. None of the characters have changed by the end of the film. Everyone is kind of right back where they were, except for a couple of new connections that get made. But other than that, there's really nothing new to the characters' development or to the situations that they're in. Yay, the bad guy gets killed, but other than that, there really isn't anything there. And it's just disappointing. And it definitely makes the whole movie feel like a giant waste of time. You know, feelings you just don't want to have when watching a movie that you spend 2 hours of your life on. You don't want to feel like this was all for a waste of time because nothing has changed and nothing ever changes. And blah, 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 blah. But it's definitely the feeling you get after the movie. And I'd let it slide if one of the themes of the movie were like nothing changes and everything's in the cycle, but that's not it. The movie is more about ends up being more about finding who you are and not trusting authority or something. I don't know. All in all, it's really confusing and there's not a lot of good payoff to it. But that's just what I thought. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Did you guys think that Ghost in the Shell was a good action movie, or do you think I'm being way too hard on it? I want to know. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next review. Until next time, bye bye.